Hi, Greg Parsley. Today is Monday, May 4th, and to provide you a update from the Vincennes Community School Corporation. As my updates fall on Monday, you know that it is a food distribution day. I certainly want to thank our food service workers. Last week was actually Food Service Worker Week. This week we transitioned into Teacher Appreciation Week, so I want to thank all of our teachers for the job that they do, and they're very much appreciated. Specifically, want to focus, today being Monday, May 4th, many of you are aware that it is packet distribution day. Some of you are also bringing packets in, or that collection, and then those packets will take us out the next 2 weeks. My expectations have been very clear when it comes to those packets, and those packets are being distributed at the elementary and a large part of the middle school, that some type of feedback and grades are to occur with those. Now, that may look different, our elementaries, as opposed to what the middle school, and then grades for the high school with our e-learning. 3 different models, and those principals respectfully from the elementaries to the middle school and high school have communicated. But as students and parents more so are picking up those packets today, some type of feedback or communication should be given once those packets are brought back, or at least be able to be returned, and communication in terms of some type of, maybe it is a grade, maybe it's a pass. Students, we need you to finish strong the last 2 weeks. I can't emphasize that enough. I know when we look at the e-learning and we look at the packets, none of us expected this to become the new norm to finish out the last 9 weeks. We all know and prefer the more traditional approach. We want the students in the classroom with the teacher, and we're handling grades in the manner that we have always done so. And when it comes to those packets and e-learning, that is more for one day, or if we were to have 3 or 4 days, not this long period. But students, it is imperative that you finish strong these last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks count. We'll still hand out report cards later this month. And again, how those grades are being determined or distributed are different through the different building configurations. The majority of you students are doing what we need you to do. But there is that small group that I think has kind of felt like, well, it's not meaningful. If you're not doing the work, then we can't give you a grade and you're going to end up with a 0, and we certainly don't want that. Again, I know I'm speaking more to the minority in that, but let's finish strong these last 2 weeks, and then also know that feedback, communication in the form of a grade will come later this month. Transition. Next year, and I know with the governor's announcement this past Friday and the different phases as he laid those out, we are through that phase 1, and now we go into phase 2, all the way through that phase 5, which carries us to July 5th, or July 4th. A lot of folks are asking questions as it pertains to what's next school year going to look like. We don't know. At this present place, we don't know if we're going to be able to do summer school. What I have said, we do not want to do a virtual summer school. If we cannot do summer school without bringing the teacher and the student actually into the building, then we do not desire to do summer school. It's our hope that we may be able to do some type of credit recovery, some type of jumpstart program. And maybe we can, but we will not have that guidance, or at least based upon what the governor stated this past Friday, schools probably shouldn't expect to receive anything until somewhere around July 4th. Now, we hope that we'll get that information earlier, but the only mention that was made of schools was you're going to get something come July 4th. Well, we also know that our campuses and buildings are closed through this present academic year. And the present academic year in the state's mind is defined through June 30th, which means all of our facilities, campuses are closed to the public. I know there are folks that are wanting to get back and starting to go with things. Maybe it's our student athletes, it's folks in other extracurricular realm. We've always done the summer play and the summer musical. We want those things to certainly return, and we want them to return as quickly as possible, but we have to follow those guidelines that have been given to us from the state at the present. We also know that the Indiana High School Athletic Association and their commissioner, and again, things change at a very rapid, and things are fluid, and we've learned that we have to be flexible. But the question has been asked to the IHSAA, that week of moratorium as we know it for our student athletes, which is that week of July 4th. It's the last couple of days of June that carry us through. Actually, it's that Sunday, July 5th, that the earliest that our buildings can reopen for our student athletes is Monday, July 6th right now. And again, that's fluid. Maybe the IHSA relaxes that, but he was asked that question, said he did not see moratorium week moving. So keep that in mind as it pertains to our campuses and our buildings. Some important milestones. Seniors, I know Mr. Combs has done a tremendous job of trying to keep things updated to you all. I know schools are doing all sorts of different things when it comes to commencement. And seniors, I've said to you all, we recognize and realize you are getting shortchanged, but the professionalism with which you all have handled it has been, quite frankly, it's amazing, but it's comforting. You get it, you understand it, and I appreciate that. You know, from the Vincennes Community School Corporation, I desire, the board desires, Mr. Combs desires, your teachers, we all want to do that formal ceremony. We are planning for that Friday, July 17th, 7 p.m. in Alice Arena, and we hope with as few of restrictions as humanly possible. Now that's going to be purely voluntary. Seniors, you'll have your diplomas in advance, but we do desire to do that formal ceremony for you and honor you in a way that you deserve to be honored. Tuesday, July 21st. It is still our intentions to open the Franklin Elementary and share that with the community and hold a ribbon cutting. We tentatively set that beginning at 5 p.m. And that is still our desire as well. So those are important events and milestones within the corporation. And then again, we certainly hope that we can start school on time come August, but we recognize and realize that different things may come into play yet. And that you all will continue to be as flexible. You know that we will also communicate even as we go throughout the summer. I will communicate, our building principals will communicate, and we will get those different messages out there. As I end this week, want to thank our moms as we go into Mother's Day. Mother's Day, a week from yesterday, we all have those significant women in our life. It's our moms, it's our spouses, it's our daughters, it's our grandmas, aunts. You all know who those special people are. From me, I just simply want to wish Happy Mother's Day to all moms next Sunday. Have a great week.